Okay, and welcome back to another story time. And this story time happened only a couple of months ago. So those of you that have found this through my Facebook and worked where I most recently worked, chances are you're either involved or you know the people that are involved. And this is going to be about the bitch that shut me in the fucking cupboard for no reason. Okay, so basically it was coming up to Christmas time. I wanted to launch my own company, but it just wasn't the right time of year to do it. I had missed the marketing opportunity to launch a stylist business come December due to a car accident I had. So I thought to myself, that's fine, I will do bar work from, I think I started there towards the end of November and I left in either February or March. It wasn't a bar in my area. Great, no one would recognise me. I can just go in, do the job and leave. Okay, so what happened is the day that I rang up for the job was the same day that a girl had decided to quit because she hated the place so much. She hated the managers so much. She wanted nothing more to do about it. She was quite vocal about it. This girl, when I first met her, was extremely happy to meet me and was very happy that I was there to take on said job. Okay, so this girl decided that she didn't actually want to leave just as I was kind of getting my training done. Now, this girl had worked full-time and I'm just picking up bits of my wig now. And I only actually wanted to work part-time. So I was like, well, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I only want to do part-time. You only want to do a couple of extra shifts just to, because I think she wanted to learn how to drive. I've met this girl. She was dense. I don't think she's ever going to be able to drive. I'm sorry if you see this. But I'm not sorry. You locked me in a fucking cupboard. Anyway, so I said to her, you know, don't worry about it. I don't want to work full time. I literally just want to work part time. I want to launch my own business. I am just picking up some extra hours because it is Christmas. Once the Christmas period is over, I have spoken to senior management and I want to withdraw my hours. I only actually want to work 3 to 4 days a week maximum. 6 hours here, 6 hours there. Quite nice. Anyway, so as far as I was concerned, me and this girl were absolutely fine. She was always okay to my face. She was very nice to me. I then randomly one day to discuss my hours got called up to the office by one of the company's actual owners who warned me about a hate campaign this girl had launched against me and had also involved several other younger members of staff about how I had purposely gone in there to steal her job, how much of a bitch I was, and that I should be prepared for a little bit of fallout. I said to the owner, really, I don't care, these girls, they're all in their late teens, I am in my late 20s, I can deal with this. Like, I'm really not that bothered. What are they going to do? Call me a bitch behind my back? Oh no, I'm heartbroken. Please, wipe away these tears. So I thought that would be all it would be. Just, you know, just some pissy, tit-for-tat, childish antics. I was wrong. Anyway, one of the girls that was still there that hadn't handed in her notice, who we will call Umbrella, was extremely two-faced and was up my arse whenever I was on shift with her. This girl's boyfriend also worked there, who we shall call Box. Box was also up my arse and very nice to me. Box didn't drive. Box would ask me for lifts home. I gave him lifts home because as far as I was concerned, as long as I played by the rules and just got along with these people, this pathetic little hate campaign would end. So as far as I was concerned, about a week or two had passed, nothing had been said to me, no one was being horrible to me. I didn't think anything of it. And now comes the fun part. Another girl that worked in the pub could not do her shift and decided that I should do her shift. So through gritted teeth, I agreed to do her shift on the understanding that if the pub was dead, I would be able to leave first. Because how pubs tend to work is staff get to go depending on how quiet it is, and then you get left your 2 core staff to do the shutdown. There were 3 of us on. The agreement was if it was quiet, I was first one out. I agreed that with higher up. That was on the timesheet cards. That was what was supposed to happen. It didn't fucking happen. Instead, what happened was Fox's family had an engagement party in one of the private rooms. Umbrella the girl that worked there was kind of swanning around later that night drinking with the bitch that I am going to name. I'm going to name her Slug Pellet. Yes, Slug Pellet. So, Slug Pellet attended her boyfriend's sister's engagement party in the private function room, whilst Box, I believe that's what we called the boyfriend, was working. However, he would swan off every so often to go and mix and mingle with his family members that were at the engagement party. That's fine, I get that. You know, it's your family, it's your sister's engagement party. You should be allowed to go and mingle. But to be fair, as well, on the same token, you should have booked the shift off. People don't just book engagement parties a day before. They tend to have a little bit of notice. Same. Anyway, so Slug Pellet was in the pub swanning around like she owned the place, and by this point she had left. She had completely left. The manager stroke owner of the business had told me that she did not want this girl ever working there again. She did not like this girl. She knew exactly what this girl had to say about her and her husband, the owners. She didn't want her in there. I had absolutely nothing to do with them not wanting her to pick up the shifts that were available. I didn't care. She meant nothing to me. She was a child. How the bar was set out meant when we needed to bottle up, we needed to go to the private function room to go and get spirits and beers out of a lockable cupboard. I was obviously in charge of bottling up because Box wasn't about to do it, and the other guy that was on the bar was carrying Box because Box was obviously taking extra lunch breaks, etc., to go and hang out with his family. So I go to do the bottling up. I was very polite, excuse me, blah blah blah. I get to the cupboard, I leave the door ajar because this cupboard is the same size as a wardrobe, okay? So you don't really want the door shut because then you're stuck because it's a lockable cupboard. I'm going blue. Let me rearrange this. I think I might be a little bit less blue now, I don't know. It all depends on how the clouds fall because my room is blue. Anyway, I have gone to the cupboard to go and do the bottling up. The next thing I know, bitches shut me in. How do I know bitches shut me in? As she goes to shut the door, one of the people at the party has gone, "Excuse me, someone's in there." Slug Pellet's response,
I don't like that bitch.
and she locked me in a fucking cupboard. I spat then. I was that angry. I spat. I projectile spat. Yeah, she locked me in a wardrobe, basically, the equivalent, with a load of glass bottles in the dark because there wasn't a light switch either. So I thought that was super nice and super safe of her. Well done, Slug Pellet. Well done. You're a fucking child. And after about 3 to 4 minutes, she found it fit to release me from the cupboard. So as you can imagine by this point, I am very, very pissed off, and this dozy little bitch actually thought the cupboard was soundproofed. I couldn't hear her cussing me to all of her boyfriend's friends and family. Dear love, I did. And also, your boyfriend's family came from money and you were acting like a poor little hood rat. So chances are, he ain't never gonna marry you. You're not that pretty. And I know that sounds bitchy, but she locked me in a fucking cupboard for no reason. It's bitchy.
A few moments later.
They all purposely decide to stand by the glass wash where I was having to load glasses all evening and laugh and joke about what they had just done, or what she had just done. Petty. Anyway, the icing on the cake being, as the shift went on, obviously I just got to the stage where I was like, do you know what, I'm not even going to talk to anyone. I don't want to talk to anyone. I wasn't talking to any of the bar staff. I refused to talk to any of the customers really, or unless they were customers that I actually liked. Point blank refused to speak to management or anyone, because at the end of the day, I'd just been locked in a fucking cupboard. I was in that mood, and I am one of those people where I'm not scared to speak my mind. However, I have held down quite professional jobs before, and I understand in an employment area, you can't go and punch a bitch. I'd been in there drinking, would have punched the bitch, but I wasn't. I was working, and I was not about to lose my job over some jealous little child. I just kept my head down and cracked on. Icing on the cake being, the next thing I know, to reward Basket for such good behaviour, and so he could spend time with his girlfriend, who you supposedly hate, owner, gave him the rest of the shift off. Well done. Thanks. Now, Slug Pellet, Basket, and what did I call the other person? Umbrella. Sitting there having drinks, making my life a fucking misery. I don't think standing at a glass wash trying to act all intimidating with a 15-year-old and someone else that works at the pub's particularly scary. I was never horrible to you. I never warranted being locked in a cupboard by your crazy ass self. And the other thing is in your late teens, early 20s, if you are locking people into cupboards, I would be very concerned about that dark road that you are going on. That is not normal behaviour. Next day I go into the bar and I speak to the ops manager and I'm like, is there actually CCTV in that room? Because I got locked in a fucking cupboard yesterday. I'm pretty sure that's how I worded it. I wasn't happy. They were like, no, there's not. I was like, oh, okay then. Right. Pellet locked me in a cupboard yesterday, had a good old laugh about it, and thought it was great. This woman comes back to me and she's like, oh, you realise there's an emergency release inside the cupboard? No, sorry. During my training that I didn't actually get, no one told me that if crazy ass bitches locked me in cupboards, I would be able to escape. To slip their mind in the training handbook. No. Anyway, I was told to mention it to senior management because I had decided from then on in I would not serve her. And I was not going to serve her. And I never served her again for the other 2 weeks I worked there because then something very bad happened, which I will do a story time on, and I left. But anyway, me being the bigger person I am, Slug Pellet, if you are watching this, I had the opportunity to get you barred from that pub because the owners actually secretly hate you. And they're quite two-faced. They don't like you. They told me that. Sorry. But no, I was the bigger person and I said no, don't bar her. She's a dumb, immature child and that is what you are. It is not customary in this country to lock people in fucking cupboards. It's not normal. It's not necessary, and if you carry on doing shit like that, you will get knocked out eventually. Just a matter of time. And I was falsely imprisoned by a jealous bitch. Yes, that's really all I've got to say for that story time, and it's not that great really, but it's just, why is it always me? I just went part-time job in a pub. It's not normal. Every job I've had has always ended in some kind of major catastrophe, which was never actually really ever my fault. It's a sign I shouldn't work. Bitches be crazy. But yes, that is the story about how I was, I don't really know if you want to call it I'm going to call it held hostage. That is the story of how some jealous bitch held me hostage in a cupboard.